It's an utter shame. Newborn babies in chairs at the Linstead Hospital.
And $25 million after up for criminal.
Jesus have mercy, in a chair. The newborn babies, them have to lie down in a. This is the situation right now at the Linstead Hospital. A government led by the JLP Andrew Holness and Tufton as Minister of Health.
Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. Less than a day ago, I got this video. It is alleged that this is a picture of the Linstead Hospital where the newborns are. And people, if you look on the picture, you will see that there are many little picnic, look like newborn with that tag on their hands, are laying, sleeping in some sorts of chair. Now, people, aside from whatever ulterior motive these people that put out this video have, I have nothing, no sorts of affiliation with any sorts of party, whether it is PNP or JLP. However, whichever person shift this is on, which you know that the JLP is in leadership right now, this is DEAD wrong. There is no way under Master God earth that you're going to put people, brand new, newborn pitney, on any sorts of chair, and yes, them pad up the chair. But the facts are these, little pitney sometimes when them sleep, them move, them toss, them turn, them crawl. So even though it is padded, unless somebody is there watching it, they should not be there in the first place. Them can drop, seep through the crack, drop and lick them head upon the concrete. And we know that at this age, newborn, they are fragile. So whomever is responsible, it does not look good for Jamaica. It does not look good for the medical field. It does not look good for Dr. Christopher Tufton. It is a crying shame. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see BUJU BANTON went on live and he is pretty much dissing up, burning out the haters or critiques. And this is after a couple of his shows were cancelled. Well, not a couple, at least 8 or so. Back to back to back to back. I am speaking about in a Dallas. I am speaking about in a Houston. I am speaking about in a Inglewood. I am speaking about in Boston. I am speaking about in a Philadelphia. I am speaking about in a Connecticut. So BUJU BANTON is saying that this is because persons are haters. Persons don't want to see him succeed. Jamaicans have a crab in a barrel mentality. They always want to bring you down. So therefore you can come and beg them. However, he is not going to do that. They are never going to see that. So people, take a listen, take a look to exactly what BUJU BANTON has to say. And then I'll give my piece.
So when all they are hate, remember this. To BUJU BANTON, most of them can't relate. And God will say, go say something we can't hear it. My good people, we push back some dates. Yeah? Because Connecticut and Boston too close. You hear me? I mean, I want the conflict, so I push them forward. I try to take Boston phone, but them I say, boy, leave Boston. So you hear me do? I push them forward. Me not gone away, me there, because them can't do it like BUJU, you know. A good over evil. Remember me telling you, them can't do it like we do this one, we are youth. Let me say, I don't love it. And through the love it, the Eden them not like it. And through me love, you know, the Eden them not like it neither. But them can't stop none of the love. Them can't stop my love, your love, or the Father love. So what them going to do? Them going to use them to divide us. It can't work. We have been divided before, now we're solid up. Love, you know, I'm a soon tonight in a Washington, D.C. In a Washington, D.C.
Now people, this is my disclaimer. Constructive criticism, I call it. From the Jamaica show, persons were excited, it was well supported. But persons were saying that those prices were high. Well, when we thought that those prices were high, when he decided to do this Overcome tour in the United States, those prices were even higher. Some persons were saying it was ridiculous. Now, here's the thing about market price. And this is where BUJU BANTON and his business associates might have been greedy, might have overstepped, might have overreached. Market price is not determined by you and your business associates. It is the price in which the market is willing to pay for a person, service, or thing. So therefore, whenever you cross that line of where persons are comfortable, you are doing something that is a disservice to yourself. So therefore, the people are going to say to themselves, meaning the market, you are not worth the price in which you are asking for, so therefore we are kindly going to decline. And people, that is exactly what took place. Because here's the thing. Before BUJU Banton and his business associates decided that they were going to have this store, they had a board meeting and they laid out exactly the places that they were going to target and the reason why they are going to target these places. So therefore, they check BUJU Banton's schedule and make sure that it does not conflict with any other schedule. Then they went ahead and they posted the dates, the times, the location, meaning the venues. They would have had to pay for those venues, book those venues, put down some sorts of deposit on those venues, knowing that his schedule was clear. So therefore, when you hear him saying that there is some sorts of conflict with schedule, it makes absolutely no sorts of sense. It is beyond logics. You can't tell sensible people that. It is because there was a decline in the ticket sales at the time in which the shows are scheduled for. So therefore, you had to make a financial decision. So therefore, this is a wake-up call. This is a humbling pie for BUJU Banton and his band of managerial people, his business associates, that you're not worth what you think that you are worth. It is the market that determines it, not because of greed. So what persons are saying, it is because of BUJU Banton's and his partners' greed. That is why these shows are being cancelled, because people are not copying them like they thought that they would. So therefore, they have to make a decision. And people like me say, there's a difference between reschedule and cancellation. Reschedule means that it's a promise of a next date. However, whenever you are on a tour, this tour is for 2024. The demand is higher the closer that it is. So therefore, if you delay it, if you were not getting the sales right now, a year from now, 2025, it is going to be even less. So the decision that BUJU Banton and his team has to make, if this place, as in Boston TD Gardens, holds 20,000 and then about 5,000 sold, then them decide they are going to keep it at a next date and they decide they are going to drop the ticket 50%. The persons are the 5,000 that bought that ticket at the 100% price are going to want some sort of discount or even a refund. So therefore, more than likely, those shows that he claims is going to be rescheduled, it is also going to be cancelled permanently, based on sale, based on market price, not based on what you think you are worth. And yes, there are haters out there. We know that Jamaica is the epicenter of bad mind-ish. However, what persons are saying is truth. The prices, the tickets are very expensive. And it does not only apply to BUJU Banton, it applies to other artists out there, old school artists. They are not in demand like they think that they are. They are not relevant. Yes, they have classic songs. However, the persons that are listening to them are more concerned or financially sound with how they pay their money. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called, there's a very thin line of what is being loyal and what is being fully done, Bugoyaga. So in case you did not know, Popcorn was signed to Drake OVO. OVO meaning Drake, and also a top artist, Kendrick Lamar, was in some sorts of clash. Put it this way, Kendrick Lamar pretty much total Drake's career as being the biggest artist in a hip-hop, which is the biggest genre. After that clash between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, most hip-hop aficionados, most experts, would say that Drake's career started down spiral. He was severely damaged. So apparently Popcorn was doing some sorts of interview. While he was doing some sorts of interview, ironically, Kendrick Lamar's song, They Are Not Like Us, was playing in the background. So people, take a listen, take a look to the reaction of Popcorn, and then I'll give my piece.
Alright, Kendrick Lamar song you're playing now.
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know, someone pocket.
I think homegirl got some surround sound vibes upstairs.
If I got up, you got skip that blood clot there. Thank you. I want to hear that murder. Turn on that.
I read it.
Put change the station.
Change the station.
Yeah, man. Them two extra. One buckler, my friend Kendrick Lamar in your boy.
Kendrick.
No, I hear not Kendrick Lamar. The length of me independent of you, me think the same. Yeah, loyalty really. Look, you see why in my skin? It out. Yeah.
Now people, there's a saying that goes something like this. You could be loyal to a fault, and most importantly, blind loyalty is worse than no sorts of loyalty at all. That means that you're blind to the point where you are fully done, and it depends on who you ask. Obviously, if you're an artist and you're signed to a label, you're not going to want to hear the person that pretty much demolished your label leader's career, almost total it off. So I understand when Popcorn says he does not want to hear him. But the question I have to ask is it that serious? Are you that hurt? Are you that loyal that you would actually hear a song that is playing in the background, not even at a high pitch, and then you have a problem with it? You're going to interrupt your own interview just to show your love and affection for our next man being Drake. No sorts of HOMO, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, the hate for Vybz Kartel is real. And people, it became even more obvious as if it was not before. When the Jamaica Observer made some sorts of posts in their newspaper and online and said that after 13 years or so, Vybz Kartel is still the king of dancehall, is the reigning king of dancehall. Now, there's always been all sorts of controversy as to who is the reigning king of dancehall. Some people say Beanie Man, some people say Yellow Man, most persons say Vybz Kartel. So the question that I have to ask is this: what is the criteria of the king of dancehall? Is it the most relevant dancehall artist right now, or is it based on history, stuff that you have done in the past, or both? Because if we are talking about relevance, especially of a man that was locked up for in excess of 12 to 13 years and come out and have the place in a headlock, not only in a dancehall, also on social media, to the point that most artists are even afraid to make any sorts of post, any sorts of song on YouTube or any other platform, because they realize that this man is dominating everything from A to Z. It has even got to the point in which some people say, me nah go at the show, Jamaica officially done. Jamaica needs some sorts of earthquake, some sorts of tsunami. So just because the Observer gave their opinion, gave their views as to why they think Vybz Kartel is the reigning king of dancehall, some people are getting them feelings. Some people are taking it personal. People, don't you realize that these haters out there, they are getting carried away? There are really some diabolical haters out there, And most of this hate, in case you don't know, it is coming from two set of people. We are speaking about the Sheeples and also the Alkaline Vendetta fans. If you don't know, go and ask somebody. Point blank and period.
Your inspiration is working. It's all about making sure that it's good.
You know, I remember when I was in prison, she did this interview, and a lot of people were saying, oh, she's delusional, she's this, she's that, cartel not coming out, blah, blah, blah. Look at us now. Don't?
So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on a post that Vybz Kartel made on one of his social media handles, in which he was showing an older interview that his fiancée Sidem did with Onstage with Winford Williams. It seems as if Vybz Kartel is taunting once again. And if there's one thing that we know about Vybz Kartel, and he keeps showing us every day, is that he is actually winning. He has a whole place in a headlock. He is making beaucoup cash. On top of being rich, he is also very petty. Whatever chance he gets to rub the faces of the haters, bad mind, or even the critics in the dirt, he is going to take that opportunity, and this is just a next perfect example. Because when we think about it, do you think the average man or the regular man could get women to jump through some sorts of hoops? To get women to defy gravity, actually leaving their life, to come to Jamaica, leave their whole career for come to Jamaica, come to a man that was locked up doing 35 years. Now people like me say, this is no sort of ordinary men. Whenever you are a superstar, as in the king of dancehall, membership has its privilege. You can get women to do stuff that you could not get your own wife to do. And when we think about the fact this lady is not no ordinary, atypical, regular woman out there. The average woman, the atypical woman, once them years say you get locked up, once them years say you get 35 to life, that is where it ends. That is where the relationship or marriage ends. So therefore, when somebody is going to take some sort of leap of faith, and I am not saying that it is a right thing, but just a talk, where she do, it tells you that the love, it tells you or shows you the type of faith that this lady have. So therefore, Vybz Kartel is winning, winning, winning. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that artist Sean Kingston and his mother Janice Turner, Sean Kingston government name, Sean Anderson, they are on some sorts of court tour, meaning federal and also states. A couple of days ago, they went to the federal for some sorts of arraignment, and they were seen leaving the courthouse, running in a some sorts of high-end vehicle and giving the paparazzi the middle finger. Fast forward less than a day ago, they were also seen at the Broward Circuit Court for some sorts of arraignment in which they pled guilty to all sorts of thievery. So both mother and son were out on bail on both charges in the feds and also the states. It is said that they defrauded a luxury bed company, luxury jewelry company, luxury audio company, luxury vehicle company in excess of $1 million. However, they both pled not guilty. Now, people, when we think about these people, they are some crooks, fraudster. They are very delusional, because if they thought that they could have gone to these companies, signed some sorts of contract and did not keep their part of the bargain. So my point is that all of these companies have paperwork, them have documentation. But if they are stupid enough to take these people things and screw up all of their credit, which they have none, just have pure face card. If they are stupid enough to take these both cases to trial in the state and feds, knowing that the feds have a 99 or 97 conviction rate, that means they stand 2 to 3%, especially even worse when there's all sorts of paperwork, paper trail that you have, it makes absolutely no sorts of sense. But then again, we are dealing with Sean Kingston and his mother, Janice Turner. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.